When my disabled wife got towed by our overzealous HOA president for dodging their mandatory group, she tapped into her hidden ace. 15 years as a K-9 officer with a Rolodex of allies. What would Margaret do when she realized she'd tangled with the wrong crew? The doorbell chimed as I eased Laura from her wheelchair onto the sofa. We'd only been in our new place at Maple Glen for 3 days. "Can you grab it?" Laura asked, adjusting the braces on her legs. A bad chase during her 15th year on the force had left her with limited mobility. But make no mistake, she was still the toughest person I knew. Standing at the door was a woman with flawless auburn hair and a clipboard, flanked by 2 men in matching polos like some makeshift security detail. "Welcome to the neighborhood," she said, a stiff smile on her face. "I'm Margaret Pierce, president of the Maple Glen Homeowners Association. I'm here with your welcome packet and first month's dues." I frowned. That's odd. Our realtor said this place isn't under HOA rules. It's exempt, clearly stated in our closing documents. Margaret's smile vanished. "A mistake. Every home here is in the association. Mandatory. Not per our paperwork," I said, standing my ground. "This lot predates the HOA. We've got grandfather rights." Her eyes narrowed. "We'll need to see those documents. Board meeting is Wednesday at 7 p.m. Bring them." She shoved a thick folder into my hands. "Meanwhile, here are the rules." She gestured at the side ramp leading into our home. "That ramp has to go. Doesn't fit the neighborhood's aesthetic." My blood boiled. "It's for Laura. She's disabled. She needs it." "Rules are rules," Margaret shrugged. "You can apply for a variance at the next meeting, in August." Inside, Laura called out, "Who's there, Mark?" "Just the HOA saying hi," I replied, trying to keep my voice even. Margaret leaned to get a look at Laura. A flicker passed over her face, not pity, but calculation. "Your situation doesn't waive standards," she said. "We value uniformity." "Thanks for stopping by," I said, attempting to shut the door. She wedged her foot between it. "One more thing. Your wife's van, with those dog stickers? Garage it. No commercial vehicles overnight." "It's not commercial. It's her wheelchair van. The decals are from her time on the K-9 unit." I snapped. "Advertising is advertising," Margaret insisted. "Wednesday. Don't be late." I slammed the door, hands shaking. "What was that about?" Laura asked as I handed her the folder. "Meet the local tyrant," I said. "She wants the ramp gone. Says we're part of the HOA." Laura flipped through the rules. 56 pages? Lawn height, flag regulations, even car decals. "And apparently your van's banned," I said. "That's illegal. ADA says otherwise." "I know. We'll fight. I've got our paperwork in the safe." That night, we dug in. Our lot was built a decade before Maple Glen and was explicitly HOA exempt. The next morning, I left for work. Laura had therapy at 10. I kissed her goodbye, not knowing the storm brewing. At lunch, my phone rang. Laura's voice was tight. "They booted my van. Margaret and a tow company. I'm stuck." Missed therapy. I rushed home. Laura, in her wheelchair, was confronting a tow driver while Margaret smirked from her porch across the street. "This is illegal," Laura said. "You can't tow from private property without authority." "Got it right here." The driver waved a form with Margaret's signature. "Community violation. This lot's not under HOA," I barked. "You have no say." "Not my call," he shrugged. "I follow orders." Margaret strutted over. "Maybe this will encourage you to attend Wednesday's meeting." Laura's voice dropped. "Remove the boot. Or one call to my old captain brings 5 squad cars for attempted theft." The driver hesitated. "She's bluffing," Margaret said. Laura calmly flashed her retired badge. "Try me." 15 minutes later, the boot was off. A patrol officer, one of Laura's old rookies, arrived to check in. Margaret retreated, but the war had begun. That night, I installed cameras. Laura called her lawyer friend, a housing discrimination specialist. The retaliation was swift. Neighbors accidentally blocked our driveway. City citations showed up over our ramp. An anonymous complaint triggered a sprinkler inspection. "She's grinding us down," Laura muttered. "She wants control. That tow was too fast. She's getting kickbacks." "What's next?" I asked. "Evidence. Allies. And preparation for Wednesday." We dug into Margaret's background. Laura's network uncovered 3 prior cases of HOA abuse and a rental tied to the tow company. "She's running a racket," Laura said. "Not just against us." Wednesday arrived. I came home to an empty driveway. Laura's van was gone. Panic. Then a call from an unknown number. "Mark, it's me," Laura said, voice strained. "They towed my van from therapy. Said it's a commercial vehicle. Rapid tow on industrial. $450 to release it. Captain Hernandez is in court. Can you get me?" I tore over there. Laura sat behind the fence, face taut with fury. "2 hours here," she said as I knelt beside her. "They won't release it. Policy." I paid $1,450. The van had a fresh scratch on the ramp. Laura went quiet. The dangerous kind of quiet. "Photograph everything," she instructed. "We're building this case." Driving back, she called her lawyer, former colleagues, and a local reporter named Tina who once profiled her K-9 unit. "Remember that first responder housing story?" Laura asked. "I've got one better." By our driveway, a news crew was setting up. We noticed fresh American flags along the edge of our property. George, an elderly neighbor, waved. "Heard about the van. Those flags. That's the HOA line. Your property's never been part of it." Laura smiled. "Thank you, George." About time someone stood up. She changed into her dress blues, medals pinned, a photo of her K-9 Rex on her lap. "Mind games," she said at my raised brow. "She wants a spectacle? I'll show her who she's dealing with." The HOA meeting was held at the clubhouse. One tiny ramp, an ADA fail. Laura took pictures. Inside, 30 neighbors sat facing Margaret and 4 board members. "All non-compliant cases get 2 minutes, Margaret droned. "The board's word is final." Then she froze, spotting Laura in uniform. Whispers filled the room. "Officer Mitchell," Margaret said. "You're early." Right on time, came another voice. Captain Hernandez walked in, flanked by 2 officers and Tina with her press badge. "Private meeting," Margaret snapped. "Public space," Tina replied. "Open records laws apply." Laura rolled to the center. "We're here regarding the illegal towing of my ADA van and ongoing harassment on a lot that's legally exempt." I laid out the documents. 1978 deed, 2003 survey, title report. No HOA jurisdiction. Hernandez added, "We're investigating selective enforcement and potential kickbacks. Residents are talking." A woman stood. "They towed my son's car. Charged us $1,400 over a college decal. Another time, fined us for a 6-inch high basketball hoop." Margaret banged her gavel. "Off agenda." "I motioned to add them," said Clara, a board veteran. "And to review tow contracts, especially payments to Pierce Landscaping." "That's baseless," Margaret said. "Is it?" Clara waved paperwork. "I'm treasurer. There are payments to your son's firm." Silence. "This isn't about decals," Laura said. Hernandez stepped forward. "Mrs. Pierce, come with us. We have questions regarding misuse of funds." Margaret stormed out. The board voted to refund our fines, exempt our lot, and audit all operations. Outside, neighbors gathered. George brought wine. "You changed everything," he said. "We were all afraid." "I might run for the board," Laura mused. Tina called. "Your story's going viral. Other HOAs want your help. Consultant gig." "Solutions," Laura said. "Not just scandal." The next morning, sirens. Police at Margaret's house. Officer Kelly and her K-9 Duke stood beside Hernandez as they pulled files from a garage safe. Margaret screamed in a robe. "This is a setup." Kelly stayed calm. "Reports of fraud and intimidation. We need the books." Neighbors gathered. Mrs. Kim asked, "What's going on?" "HOA cleanup," Laura said. "Where did all the dues go?" "Landscaping," Kim replied. "We never saw any." Later that week, Vice President Tom came to our door. "She hid the real books," he admitted. "Skimmed 30%. Split tow fees with her brother-in-law. Targeted a dozen families." An emergency meeting removed Margaret. Victims were refunded. Membership became optional. Tina filmed. Laura received a standing ovation. 3 weeks later, court day. Laura testified. The new board appointed her to lead the accessibility committee. Kim brought cake. Should have fought her sooner. Laura suggested turning Margaret's $75,000 event hall into an accessible playground. The vote. Unanimous yes. Hernandez later revealed Margaret's scam spanned multiple HOAs. She pled guilty. 18 months in prison. 6 months on, our backyard barbecue rocked with laughter. New swings installed. Kids swarmed Laura, asking about Rex. Tom raised a toast. It takes a bully to reveal a community's strength. And a no to fix it. Maple Glen blossomed. Fences lowered. Kids played free. For the first time, home felt real.